Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired man, who is no shepherd nor owner of the sheep, catches sight of the wolf coming and runs away, leaving the sheep to be snatched and scattered by the wolf. That is because he works for pay. He has no concern for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. In the same way that the Father knows me, and I know the Father. For the sheep I will give my life. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. I must lead them too, and they shall hear my voice. There shall be one flock then, one shepherd. The Father loves me for this, that I lay down my life to take it up again. No one takes it from me. I lay it down freely. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it up again. This command I received from my Father. Verbum Domini.
Laus tibi Christe.
Let us all be seated. Today is the fourth Sunday of Easter. And during these Sunday Masses after Easter, you will notice that Holy Mother the Church has been summarizing to us the things that we must do in order to go to heaven. In today's Mass, Holy Mother the Church is telling us that if we would like to go to heaven, first, we must have a good shepherd. And secondly, we must be good sheep. The reason why Christ mentions and describes the shepherd in today's gospel as good shepherd, and today's Sunday is called the Good Shepherd Sunday, is because there are bad shepherds. And the reason why in the gospel for today, Christ tells us that we must be good sheep is because there are black sheep. And therefore, we must make sure that our shepherds, our parish priests, our bishops are good shepherds while we are good sheep. Jesus Christ mentions the fact that He is not only the good shepherd, He is also the door that leads to the sheepfold. Saint Thomas of Aquinas says that when Christ says he is also the door that leads towards the sheepfold, he was referring to the fact that we cannot enter the Catholic Church, which is the sheepfold, unless we pass through the door. And the door is also Jesus Christ. And then the Gospel continues and says that nobody enters the sheepfold without passing the door. And Christ is the shepherd that first must lead us inside the door, and we must only follow him. And so Christ warns us that we have to make sure that our shepherds are good shepherds, because there are what you call hired hand. They are not good shepherds. They are shepherds only because they receive a salary, and so they are called hired hand. And there are possibilities that there are priests and bishops who are priests and bishops because of the salary that they receive, in which case they are mere hired hands. And there are also what you call thieves and robbers who pretend to be priests and bishops, but they are thieves and robbers in that they are just getting you to join a new religion that they are establishing. There are many people today, without you realizing it, bishops, priests, and many laymen who seem to be preaching Christ, but without you realizing it, are just trying to recruit you to join their new religion, man-made or Protestant-type religion. And they are referred to as thieves and murderers. In the history of the Catholic Church, we had a priest whose name was Martin Luther, who practically got one half of Europe to join his newly established Protestant religion. And we have bishops like Photius, who started also his own religion, former Catholic bishops. And we have cardinals like Cardinal Wolsey of England, who started and propagated the Anglican Protestant religion. And so you see the necessity of checking always whether your parish priest or your bishop are good shepherds. Then the gospel for today continues in describing who are the good sheep. Christ says, "They know my voice, and I know them." So Christ knows them, and we know the voice of Christ. Now, to know the voice of Christ, you must first hear his voice. And then later on, you can check whether the voice of other shepherds sounds like the voice of Jesus Christ. How can you know the voice of Christ? From the Gospels that you hear every Sunday. Every Sunday, we read the Gospel, which are the words and the voice of Jesus Christ. Then afterwards, when you hear other voices, you have to check it out, whether it is the voice of Christ. Do you recognize the voice and the message of Jesus Christ in the parish priests or the bishops that you hear? Today we hear priests and bishops who are saying that there is no hell. Are those the things that you hear from the Sunday Gospels that you hear? Of course not. Christ had always warned us about the fires of hell. Today we hear priests and bishops saying that whatever religion you belong to, you can be saved. Are those the words of Christ? Is that the voice of the Good Shepherd? No. Because if you will notice, the Sundays after Easter, Christ always reminds us to check whether we are inside the true Catholic Church or not. Like in today's Gospel, Christ says, the true Catholic Church is the sheepfold, and it has only one door, and that door is Jesus Christ. And how can we make sure we're entering the right door? That we are following Christ, who considered himself as the door, aside from being the Good Shepherd. And how do we follow Christ? Well, Christ says, the way to follow me is deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. If you notice one of these three elements is lacking, then you are not following Christ. If you are not denying yourself, if you are not taking up your cross, you are not following Christ. And so you see how important it is for us to know who is the Good Shepherd, that we may make sure we are following the Good Shepherd, because that is the only way we can enter the sheepfold, the Catholic Church. There is no other way. And so in today's Gospel, Christ calls himself the Good Shepherd because there are many bad shepherds. And Christ referred to those destined to go to heaven, the sheep that knows my voice. And he described the sheep as those who know my voice, because there are many black sheep. And then the Gospel ends by saying, well, if you are following the Good Shepherd and you are good sheep, it is now the sign that I know you. I know you and you know my voice. Now in sacred scriptures, every time Christ says, I know you, that is a sign you will surely are inside the Catholic Church and you will surely go to heaven. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit,
Amen.
amen.